Dear students, in this video we will discuss about the remaining parts of for new learners grammar and composition chapter number 18. Okay, phrases and clauses. If you have not watched the part 1, so here look at the screen, you can go to the playlist section and also watch. Okay, so in the part 1 we have discussed about clauses. Okay, you know there are two types of clauses, dependent clauses and subordinate clauses, and independent clause, principal clause. Okay, so here underline and identify the clauses in these sentences. So here let me know when you finish writing. Okay, so here you have to identify the clauses and also mention their types. So let me know. Okay, this is main clause. Okay, then next when you finish writing, this is subordinating clause, or we call it dependent clause. Okay, then next Jeet lives next to Git's house. This is independent clause. Okay, independent clause, or this is principal clause or main clause. What I told you is true. There are two clauses. Okay, here I told you. Okay, so this is main clause or independent clause. Okay, and what is true. What is true, this is subordinating clauses. Okay, I told you, this is independent clause. What is true, this is dependent clause. Clear? Then next here we begin the talk after everyone settles okay down. So there are two clauses. We begin the talk, this is main clause or independent clause, and after everyone settles down, this is subordinate clause or dependent clause. Okay, then next here please pass me the butter. Okay, so there is only one clause, this is independent clause or a main clause. So how to identify this is main clause or a subordinate clause? Okay, so if there are two finite verbs, okay, so this will be called as dependent clause. Here there is only one finite verb, pass. Okay, so this is independent clause. Then next Rakhi writes very well. So yes, here also there is only one finite verb, writes. Okay, so this is independent clause or we call it main clause. Okay, then next Jamila didn't know that you were coming today. So there are two verbs, here we are coming and also didn't know. So there is only one independent clause, another dependent clause. Okay, so here Jamila didn't know. Okay, so this is independent clause, and that that you were coming today, this is subordinate clause or dependent clause. Okay, then next here there are 6 chocolates cupcakes in the kitchen cupboard. So there is only one finite verb, are. Okay, so this is independent clause or we call it main clause. Clear? Then next here those cakes that my sister baked turned out very well. Okay, so there are two clauses. Those cakes turned out very well, this is main clause. Okay, main clause or independent clause. That my sister baked, this is okay, subordinate clause or we call it dependent clause. Clear? Then next I am feeling so sleepy. So there is only one finite verb, am. Okay, I am feeling. So this is independent clause or main clause. Clear? Then next here let's learn about the types of dependent clauses or subordinate clauses. Okay, so subordinate dependent clauses are also known as subordinate clauses. Okay, so a dependent clause depends on the main clause to make a complete sense. Okay, a dependent clause is also known as a subordinate clause as its values in the sentence is less than the main clause. Subordinate clauses are dominated by the main clause in a sentence. Okay, so there are different types of dependent clauses. So first one is noun clause. So a clause that performs a function similar to a noun in a sentence, it is called a noun clause. Okay, so it can be act as the subject or object or the complement of the verb or object of the preposition in a sentence. Okay, so how to identify a noun clause? You know, if a clause begins with, okay, that, which, who, whom, whoever, what, whatever, when, whenever, how, however, why, whether, okay, then we call it is a noun clause. Okay, clear? That's why it is also known as nominal clause. So it gives the answer to the question what. So take an example here. What you said yesterday hurt me deeply. Here the noun clause. What you said yesterday hurt me. Okay. Similarly, I was deeply hurt by what you said yesterday. In the notice that the dependent clause what you said yesterday act as the subject. Yes, what hurt me deeply. So if you want to know the subject in a sentence, then you have to ask the question who or what. So what hurt me, what you said yesterday. So here the first one, what you said yesterday, in the first sentence it functions as the subject. Okay, in the second sentence, I was deeply hurt by what you said yesterday. I was deeply hurt by what. Okay, here in the second sentence it acts as a the object. Okay, what you said yesterday. So therefore we call this dependent clause a noun clause. Okay, so noun clause is a dependent clause. So here a noun clause can also act as complement, object of a preposition, and also an object of an infinitive. Okay, so here take an example. Noun clause can also act as the subject of the verb. So here to take an example, what he says is wrong. Okay, so here what he says, this is subject of the verb is. Okay, what he says, this is a noun clause, and here the noun clause functions as a subject in the sentence. Clear? Then take another example, that he secured 90% mark is true. What is it true? Okay, what is it true? That he secured 90% mark. So this is noun clause, and here the noun clause functions as a subject in the sentence. Clear? Similarly, take another example, what you want is important. What you want is important. What is important? What you want. So here what you want, this is a noun clause, and here it functions as a subject in the sentence. Clear? Similarly, take another example, what you think is wrong. What is wrong? So here what you think, this is noun clause, and it functions as a subject in the sentence. Okay. Similarly, take another example, why he hid the secret is mysterious. What is mysterious? So why he hid the secret. So this is a noun clause, and it functions as a subject in the sentence. Clear? Then similarly, take another example, what he says is helpful to us. What is helpful to us? What he says. Here what he says, this is noun clause, and it functions as a subject in the sentence. Clear? Similarly, another example, that the earth moves round the sun is truth. So what is truth? That the earth moves round the sun, this is a noun clause, and it functions as a subject in the sentence. Clear? Similarly, another example, whoever made this mistake is unknown to us. What is unknown to us? Whoever made this mistake. So this is a noun clause, and it functions as a subject. Okay, so this is the first function. Noun clause functions as as a subject in the sentence. Then noun clause also functions as object of the verb. Object of the verb. Okay, suppose take an example, how hard he works. So to know the presence of object in the sentence, we ask what or whom to the verb. He gave me a pen. Gave what? Okay, so similarly, in this we can also find out the noun clause that functions as an object in the sentence. So take an example, how hard he works. Okay, what? Know what? How hard he works. So here how hard he works, this is a noun clause, and it functions as an object, not a subject. Similarly, take another example, Rohan said that he was happy. Rohan said what? Rohan said what? that he was happy. So that he was happy, this is a noun clause and it function as an object in the sentence. Clear? Next example, I asked him how old he was. I asked what? I asked what? I asked him, okay, how old he was. So how old he was, this is noun clause and it functions as an object. Clear? So similarly, take another example. They complained that the roads were rough. They complained what? They complained that the roads were rough. That the roads were rough, here this is noun clause and it functions as an object of the verb complained. Okay, object of the verb. They complained. Complained what? I asked him. Asked what? Rohan said. Said what? Know what? Okay. Similarly, take another example. They made me what they desired. They made me what? What they desired. So here what they desired, this is noun clause. It functions as the object of the verb, made. Okay. Similarly, take another example. The rumor is that the government is going to fall. The rumor is what? Yes. That the government is going to fall. This is noun clause and it functions as an object of the verb is. Okay. Similarly, take another example. He knows where we live. He knows what? That means where we live. This is object. Okay. Noun clause functions as an object of the verb knows. Clear? Similarly, take another example. We agreed that a meeting should be held. We agreed what? We agreed that a meeting should be held. This is noun clause and it functions as an object in the sentence. Object of the verb agreed. Clear? So, this is object of the verb. Noun clause functions as an object of the verb. Clear? Then noun clause also functions as object of a preposition. Object of a preposition. Okay. So here take an example. There is no meaning in what he says. There is no meaning in what he says. So here in is a preposition. In what he says, this is the what he says, this is object. It is the object of in. It is the object of the preposition in. There is no meaning in what he says. So here what he says, this is object. What he says, this is the object of the preposition in. Similarly, take another example. Give it to whoever comes first. So whoever comes first, this is noun clause. But here object to, object of the preposition. Here whoever comes first, this is the object of the preposition to. Clear? Similarly, take another example. His success depends on how hard he works. So here the noun clause, how hard he works. This is noun clause, but here the object is on. This is the how hard he works. This is the noun clause and it is the object of the preposition on. Okay. Similarly, take another example. I am not interested in what he says. So, in what he says. What he says, this is the object of the preposition in. Clear? Similarly, take another example. You should pay attention to what I say. You should pay attention to what I say. To, what? What I say. So, here, what I say, this is, noun clause, but it functions as, the object of the preposition to. Here, what I say, this is the object of what? Object of the preposition to. You should pay attention to what I say. Clear? So similarly, another function of the noun clause, it also functions as subject complement. Okay. So here take an example. Your true friends are who help you in hard times. Here who help you in hard time. This is subject complement. That means subject here. Your subject here your true friends. That means your true friends is the same person. That means who help you in hard times. Okay. So here who help you in hard times will be called as this is subject complement. It tells about your true friends. Clear? Similarly, take another example. The truth is that the girl is innocent. So what is the truth? So here the subject is truth and complement, that the girl is innocent, this is noun clause, but here it functions as the complement. Which complement? Subject complement. It tells more about the truth, means the girl is innocent. So here that girl is innocent, that the girl is innocent, this is noun clause, and it functions as a subject complement. Clear? So similarly, take another example. The problem is who will ring the bell. The problem means the subject here. The problem, this is subject, and complement who will ring the bell. That means who will ring the bell, this is the subject complement. The problem is equal to who will ring the bell. So who will ring the bell, this is noun clause, functions as the subject complement. Clear? Similarly, take another example. Your problem is that you never listen to anyone. So here problem is equal to that you never listen to anyone. That you never listen to anyone, this is subject complement. It tells about the problem. Clear? So, in this way the noun clause functions as the subject of the verb, object of the verb, subject complement, object of the preposition. Clear? So here identify the noun clauses by circling them in the following sentences. This is what he said. So now you have to identify the noun clause. As you read, noun clauses starts with how, that, what, when, where, whether, which, who, or why. Okay, you have to now underline. What is said, this is noun clause. The next, what the poets observe is applicable to everyone. So here the noun clause here. What the poet observes. Okay, this is noun clause. I want to explain why I was absent. So here there are two clauses. Why I was absent, this is dependent clause, functions as noun clause here, and I want to explain, this is main clause. We ventured to do what none dared before. So here what none dared before, this is noun clause. Okay, that you did so well makes me feel so proud. Okay, so here the noun clause, that you did so well, this is noun clause. Clear? Then next here, inquiring what was on sale, we entered the shop. So here what was on sale, this is noun clause. Okay. Then next, children learn from what they see around them. So what they see around them, this is noun clause. Okay. The burglars took whatever the thieves had. So whatever the thieves had, this is noun clause. Clear? Then next here, adjective clause. So an adjective clause, it is also a subordinate clause. Okay, that modifies a noun. So the function of adjective, it tells more about the noun or pronoun. Okay, adjective clause begins with a relative pronoun. Okay, that, who, which, whom, or whose. It may also begin with a relative adverb, when, where, or why. Okay, then adjective clause is also known as a relative clause. So here take an example. So here look at the screen. Ravan, who was the brother of Bibhishan, was the king of Lanka. Okay, so here there are two clauses. One is dependent, another independent. Dependent is who was the brother of Bibhishan, and independent Ravan was the king of Lanka. Okay, so here you find who was the brother of Bibhishan, this is the adjective clause, and here the main clause is Ravan was the king of Lanka. Okay, so here who was the brother of Bibhishan, it adds additional information about Ravan. Okay, so here another example, Baban bought the house that Rakhi sold. So here that Rakhi sold, that Rakhi means it tells about the house that Rakhi sold, this is adjective clause, it tells more about house. Okay, so as as a clause must have a verb in it, we can identify the number of clauses in a sentence just by counting the number of verbs. Yes, so if there are two verbs, this is the sentence will be there are two clauses. One may be dependent or independent clauses. Okay, so since there are two verbs in both the sentences, was and also was in sentence 1 and bought and sold in sentence 2, we can say that both these sentences are composed of two clauses each. Okay, so now here look at this. In sentence 1 there is a first clause, Ravan was the king of Lanka. This is independent clause, and second clause who was the brother of Bibhishan, this is dependent clause. Similarly, in sentence 2, Baban bought the house. This is independent clause. Second one, that Rakhi sold. This is dependent clause. Okay. In both the sentences, clause 1 makes a complete sense by itself, whereas clause 2 doesn't. Okay. So hence clause 1 in both sentence is the main clause. Clear? Note that clause 2 in both sentences, in sentence 1, sentence 2, they provide additional information about the nouns in the main clause. They provide the additional information. Who was the brother of Bibhishan? It tells more about Ravan. It gives additional information about Ravan. Similarly, in second, that Rakhi sold. It tells more about the house. Okay. So in other words, clause 2 in both the sentences functions as an adjective. So it is called as an adjective clause. Clear? So here underline the adjective clauses in the following sentences and circle the nouns that are modified them. So here the play that I watched yesterday. So here that I watched yesterday, this is adjective clause, and you have to also circle the nouns play. Okay, so you have to here circle the nouns. Here the play, it that I watched yesterday means what? The play. Okay. I thanked everyone who helped me write the novel. So here adjective clause, who helped me write the novel. This is adjective clause. And so here everyone is a pronoun. Okay. Not noun. Then next, this is the tomb that was built for human. So here that was built for human. This is adjective clause. And here the noun modified, you have to circle the nouns that are modified. The tomb, you have to circle the tomb. Clear? The person who helped me the most is my teacher. Who helped me the most. Okay. This is adjective clause. And you have to now modify the person. We are talking about the person who helped me. Okay. The next year, I loved the gift you bought for me on my birthday. Okay. I loved the gift that you bought. Okay. That you bought. So here that you bought for me on my birthday. This is adjective clause. And here gift, this is a modifier. This is noun. So you have to circle the noun and underline the adjective clause. So you have to underline that you bought for me on my birthday. Okay. So this is adjective clause. Then next, the book that my father wrote is my favorite. Okay. The book that my father wrote. So that my father wrote. This is adjective clause. So you have to underline and circle the nouns. The book. Then next, Tinku, who is my sister, is a very good painter. So who is my sister. This is okay, adjective clause. So you have to underline who is my sister and circle Tinku. Tinku noun. Okay. Then next, Shabnam choose the dress that was sold at a heavy discount. So here that was sold at a heavy discount. This is adjective clause, and you have to circle the dress noun. Okay. The boy who joined the music class yesterday is my brother. So here who joined the music class yesterday. Who joined the music class yesterday. So this is adjective clause, and you have to circle the noun the boy. Okay. I wanted to buy the book that was published last week. So here that was published last week. This is adjective clause, and you have to circle the book noun. Okay. Clear? Then next here adverbial clause. Adverbial clauses. Okay. An adverb clause is a clause that modifies the verb in the main clause or the subordinate clause to which it is attached. Okay. So an adverbial clause acts like an adverb in a sentence, answering the questions like how, when, where, why, to what extent, and under what conditions. As you have read the types of adverb of place, adverb of manner, adverb of degree, adverb of frequency. Similarly, here adverb functions, adverb clause acts like an adverb in a sentence. Okay. So similarly, adverbial clause begins with because, while, as, if, when, although, as if, after, since, unless, until, before, and so on. Okay, so you have to remember all these so that you can easily identify the adverb clause in a sentence. Okay, so here we went where none ever dared to go. So you know here place. Here you know where none. That means it indicates a place. We went where none ever dare to go. So you know here where none ever dare to go. This is you know adverb. Okay, adverbial of place. Notice that the subordinate clause where none ever dare to go modifies the verb you know went. Yes, the clause in this sentence refer to a place, right? So therefore it is called adverbial place. Clear? Like adverbs, adverbial clauses are also of different types. They too answer the questions when, where, why, and so on in relation to the verb. Okay. So here you know manner, adverb of manner, adverb of time. So here you know manner. Okay. As you sow, so shall you reap. So you know time, I will come when you will call me. Similarly here you know logical deduction, result or reason. I could not attend the meeting because it was already late. So you know because it was already late, you know this is adverbial clause. Reason, adverb of reason, adverb of you know logical deduction. Place, she will find me wherever you hide. So you know here wherever you hide, this is adverbial clause. Adverbial clause of you know place. Comparison, his condition is better than it was yesterday. Okay, you know here better than it was yesterday. You know this is adverbial clause of comparison. Contrast you know opposite. Okay, my brother could not make it to the party though he promised to come. You know here though he promised to come, this is you know adverbial clause of contrast. You know my brother could not make it though he had already promised. Though he promised to come, this is you know adverbial clause of contrast. The next condition you know if you may be forgiven if you tell the truth. You know this is adverbial clause of condition if you tell the truth. It is too easy to identify the adverbial clauses. Just you have to remember the words that I have already mentioned here. Okay, like you know you have to just answering the questions how, when, where, why, to what extent, or under what condition. Or you know adverbial clause begins with because, while, as, if, when, although, as if, after, since, unless, until, before, and so on. Clear? So here underline the adverbial clauses in the following sentences and mention their types. Okay, he received all the praise for the good work though he did not deserve it. Yes, so you know here though, so you have to underline though he did not deserve it. It you know shows adverbial clause you know contrast. Okay, then next I know where she has hidden her treasure. You know where she has hidden, you know this is adverb of place. Okay, adverbial clause of place, so you have to write place. If you work hard you will definitely do well in the examination. Yes, so you know this is condition if you work hard. Okay, adverbial clause of condition. Clear? Asifa will call us when she locates the address. You know time, it indicates the time when she locates the address. This is you know adverbial clause. You know time, I want you to be back before it is dark. Yes, we are talking about the time before it is dark. So you have to underline before it is dark. You know this is adverbial clause of time. Then next, he could not talk at all as it was too noisy. So you know as it was too noisy. As, okay, as it was too noisy. You know this is reason. We could not talk. Why? Reason. What was the reason? You know reason was it was too noisy. As it was too noisy. Okay. Then next, if winter comes, spring cannot be far behind. If winter comes, so you know yes, this is a condition. Okay. She performed much better this year than she did last year. So you know this is comparison. So you know here than she didn't last year. So you know this is comparison. Okay. Clear? So I think this video will help you. If you find any doubt, you can comment in the comment box. Okay, thank you.